This segment is brought to you by A.J. Doman Chevrolet. We say yes when others say no.
Hey everybody, and welcome into Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. It's time to check in with Assumption Parish and the Sheriff's Department there. For that, we go to Lonnie Cavalier, commander in the APSO. Hey, Lonnie, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having us. I appreciate y'all.
Okay, let's start with a gun and drug law violations, something that happened on the highway.
Yes, Raymond Albert III, 32 of 3246 Kirkland Drive, Paulina, Louisiana, was arrested on multiple felony charges arising from a traffic stop on Highway 70 East. A uniformed patrol deputy observed a vehicle with an equipment violation and executed a stop of that vehicle. The deputy made contact with the driver, now identified as Raymond Albert III, and engaged Albert in an officer violator interview. During the interview process, the deputy determined that Raymond Albert III was driving under a suspended driver's license. The deputy noted a strong odor of suspected marijuana emitting from the vehicle. At the conclusion of the interview, the deputy requested and was granted consent to search the suspect vehicle. During that search process, deputies recovered a significant amount of suspected marijuana, suspected heroin, assorted drug paraphernalia, and one assault-style rifle. As a prior convicted felon, Raymond Albert III is prohibited from possessing any firearms. Raymond Albert III was arrested and booked into the Assumption Parish Detention Center on charges of possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, possession of heroin, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, illegal carrying of weapons in the presence of controlled dangerous substances, possession of drug paraphernalia, headlights required, driving under a suspended driver's license. Raymond Albert III remains incarcerated with his bond set at $240,000.
All right. Very, very scary when you look at those types of weapons that are on the street as well. Another traffic stop. This one also has a failure to appear.
Yes, Jacob Roland Casimir, 38 of 111.5 Polk Street, Colorado Springs, Colorado, and Patty S. Urigas, 32 of 156 Highway 403, Napoleonville, were arrested on criminal charges arising from a traffic stop on Highway 70 East. A uniformed patrol deputy assigned to the ICE detail observed a vehicle on LA 70 with multiple equipment violations and executed a stop of that vehicle. The deputy made contact with the driver, now identified as Jacob Roland Casimir, and engaged Casimir in an officer violator interview. The deputy then interviewed the passenger, now identified as Patty S. Urigas. At the conclusion of those interviews, the deputies believed additional investigation was warranted. The deputy requested and was granted consent to search the vehicle. During the search, deputies seized a firearm. It was determined that Jacob Roland Casimir was a convicted felon and therefore could not possess a firearm legally. Jacob Roland Casimir was arrested and booked into the Assumption Parish Detention Center on charges of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, headlights required, tail lamps required. Jacob Roland Casimir remains incarcerated with his bond set at $75,000. Patty Urigas was arrested on a warrant charging her with failure to appear in court in Assumption Parish on the count of child desertion. Patty S. Urigas remains incarcerated with her bond set at $409 cash only and a mandatory court appearance.
All right. The next up would be a stolen motor vehicle that also happened on the highways.
Yes, DeQuindius Williams, 21 of 3732 Highway 1 Napoleonville, was arrested on felony charges arising from a stolen vehicle complaint in the 300 block of LA 403 near Pankerville. Uniformed patrol deputies were dispatched to the area, making contact with the complainant, who advised that DeQuindius Williams, a domestic acquaintance, left the home and took her car without permission. Deputies located the car near LA 400 south of Napoleonville. DeQuindius Williams was located near LA 400 and was arrested. DeQuindius Williams was arrested and booked into the Assumption Parish Detention Center on charges of theft of a motor vehicle. Williams was also booked on charges related to a domestic incident which occurred on September 1st, 2025 near Labradorville. As a result of that incident, DeQuindius Williams booked on charges of domestic abuse battery and simple criminal damage to property. DeQuintus Williams remains incarcerated with bond set at $35,000.
Yeah, and finally we have another failure to appear, but it's also in connection with a fire in the correctional facility.
That's correct. Brandon Orland Bareskia, 42 of 45186 Rogers Road, Hammond, Louisiana, was arrested on a warrant charging him with failure to appear in court, Assumption Parish, on felony charges. Brandon Orland Bareskia was previously arrested in Assumption Parish and as a result was ordered to appear in court on April 14, 2025 and failed to do so. A warrant was issued for his arrest on April 15, 2025. Brandon Orland Bareskia was arrested by the Ponchatoula Police Department on September 19, 2025. Brandon Orland Bareskia was released to custody of the Assumption Parish Sheriff's Office and booked into the Assumption Parish Detention Center on charges of failure to appear in court in Assumption Parish on April 14, 2025 on account of fire raised in a correctional facility. Brandon Orland Bareskia remains incarcerated without bond, and this dealt with a fire that he set in the detention facility when he was incarcerated.
Yeah. So, pretty dangerous situation when you get guys locked up and there's fire and all. So I know that's always taken very seriously. Lonnie, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate the update from Assumption Parish.
Thanks, Howard, for having us. Appreciate y'all.
All righty. We'll be right back with more Bayou Time right after this.
This segment was brought to you by A.J. Doman Chevrolet. We say yes when others say no.